right, now we're in example 4. And looking at this equation, it connects actually to this next one, equations in quadratic form. We want to be really careful when solving any type of equation, whether it's trigonometric or algebraic or functions, to be careful that we're never dividing by something that could equal 0, because that means if we divide it out and cancel it, you might be tempted to divide by cosine and just cancel it. If you do that, you could be losing answers. So instead, I see cosine, cosine, and I think factor. So cosine theta times 1 plus 2 sine theta equals 0. I'm also thinking of factoring because it's equal to 0. I know what to do when I have two factors equal to 0. And the other reason I'm trying to solve this algebraically is because I look at this and I have no idea, well, that's not true. I have an idea how to graph it, but I don't want to graph it. However, now I can split this into two equations, cos theta equals 0, or 1 plus 2 sine theta equals 0, and these I know how to graph or solve algebraically. Cosine theta equals 0, well, if we just think of our cosine graph, that looks like this and continues this way. So here's my negative 2 pi, here's my positive 2 pi. It's equal to 0 in these 4 places, and I know those 4 places are pi over 2, that's this one, 3 pi over 2, negative pi over 2, and negative 3 pi over 2. But those aren't the only answers. I also have the solutions that come from this part of the equation. So I can graph this as it is. I can also use my algebra to say that this is going to lead to sine theta equals negative 1/2. Well, I know that that happens in quadrants 3 and 4, and they happen with my short angle. My reference angle is pi over 6. So I know that theta is going to be equal to negative pi over 6. If I have this one coming all the way to here, that's negative 5 pi over 6. If I continued around 2 pi, then I would go past my domain. So now if I think about going the positive way, I'm going to go to 7 pi over 6, or all the way to here would be 11 pi over 6. So all told, this one equation has 8 solutions in this domain. If I wanted to think about it graphically, I could do that. So I'm going to make sure that my mode is in radians. Oops. And now I'm going to put in my equation. So we've got a bunch to get rid of here. All right, so we've got cos theta, whoops, cos theta plus 2 sine theta cos theta. So I'm going to make my window go from negative 2 pi to 2 pi. And I'm going to count by pi over 6s, because any of my answers I could count with a pi over 6. My min and max, well, it looks like I've got 2, but then I could add another 1 here, so that could make 3 potentially. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to go negative 5 to 5 and count by 1s. Okay, so here's my graph. I'm looking for all the x-intercepts, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is what I got. 11 pi over 6 is here. 11, counting back, 10, 9 pi over 6. 9 pi over 6 is 3 pi over 2. So 9, 8, 7 pi over 6. 3 pi over 6 is pi over 2, and all the ones on the other side. So all of that works.